We welcome everybody into Game 2 of our doubleheader here in the PSCL baseball season as we're comfortably into Week 2 as we bring you the matchup between the Coyotes and the Haymakers. EJ Sanchez today joined by Stephen Buxton up here in the broadcast booth, so thank you for allowing us into your home radio wherever you may be listening to PSCL baseball. The Haymakers coming into today at 4-7, 4 games back in the South Division. The Coyotes at 5-6, 4.5 games back in the North Division. Both of these teams, Stephen, coming off a couple of streaks of losing. Haymakers have dropped 3 straight. The Coyotes have dropped 2 straight. And something's got to give. Somebody's going to get back in the win column today.
Yeah, and right now it's Dallas Yardley out there on the bump for the Coyotes out of Southern Utah. And he's coming off of a tough start. Coyotes against A's. Had a 9 ERA in that start. It was 3 innings. Gave up 2 runs. I'm sorry, it was 2 innings, 2 runs. Gave up a homer, though. And that was the big one. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Faced 11 batters. And that's really ballooned his ERA so far this season because those were the first runs he gave up. Played against the Rush, played against the Bombers. Didn't give up anything against those 2 teams.
And the starting lineup that he'll go against will go like this. Savon Battle will lead off. He'll play short. The third baseman, Levi Cook, will bat second. Jose Diaz will bat third and play first base. The left fielder, Dom Tolentino, will bat fourth. One of the best hitters in this South Division. James Taylor III in center field and bat fifth. Joseph Rocha, the designated hitter, will bat sixth. The second baseman, Caleb Montemayor, will bat seventh. Aaron Garcia will bat eighth as the extra hitter. Augie Cowan, the two-way guy for the Haymakers, will play right field and bat ninth. Lucas Alberoni will do the catching and be behind home plate as part of the battery for the starting pitcher for the Haymakers in Gabriel Lucero. So we're set to go as Yardley finishes up his warm-up pitches. It's about 103 degrees here in Palm Springs. The nice little breeze blowing in from center field that sets the stage for another gorgeous day here in the desert. Again, for those of you that weren't with us, second game of our doubleheader. The Rush taking an 8-2 victory over MLB DC China just a few minutes ago, and the Rush improving their season to 8-4 on the year. MLB DC China dropping to 2-11. The great thing about this, Stephen, is that nobody's out of it yet. Still plenty of time for these teams to make a push to the postseason, but if you ask Cam Vollmer and Coach Brent for the Haymakers, both of them will tell you the same thing. They need to start getting off to a couple of wins and start rattling them off.
Yeah, it's crunch time for them right now because Coyotes and Haymakers basically in the same spot. Coyotes 5-6, Haymakers 4-7, and they're both riding a losing streak. Haymakers at the worst end of it, lost 3 in a row so far.
Savon Battle, the newest member of the Haymakers after an early season, we'll call it trade, steps in against Dallas Yardley, who's out of the stretch, and we are underway. First pitch swinging and driving it into left center field is Savon Battle. As he trots to first, up with it is Bruce Sly in center field. He gets it in. First pitch single for Savon Battle as he continues his hot stretch over the last few days.
Yeah, Savon Battle, he came over from the A's earlier this season, and all he's done with both teams is just hit.
Levi Cook steps in, batting .333 on the summer, coming off of a 2-for-3 day against the Bombers last week. 5'9", 165 pounds out of Allen Hancock College. Yardley will go check on Battle at first. Once again, to give you the defensive alignment from left to right in the outfield, Christian Arriola, Bruce Sly, and Lucas Torrado along the outfield. Nicholas Bozolowski, Jay Scholze, Carson Romero, and Connor Meager across the infield for the Coyotes, with Mason Rowetter doing the catching. First pitch offering is inside for a ball to Levi Cook. Yardley debuting a couple of different pitches. He'll lead with that fastball and also will go to the slider as well. Yardley deliberate in his take. We'll check on Battle once again at first. Plenty of time. Meager gets it back to him. Cook in his blue helmet, and the Haymakers with their all-maroon jerseys with the yellow Haymakers across the front. Second pitch is hit on one hop to second, could be two. Romero to Scholze, spinning throw to first for the double play. Oh my, a beautiful feed from Romero, and Scholze puts a little extra flair on it to go 4-6-3, 2 quick outs for Dallas Yardley.
And EJ, that's a huge double play right there for the Coyotes because Haymakers, if they could get something going in this first inning, I mean, it would be huge for them because they're coming off one of the tougher losses of the year, just got throttled by the Blue Sox. They lost against really a team that hasn't struggled at all so far this season. They just beat the Lumberjacks 5-4 in one of their closer games, as that one gets in there for a strike. But they had him for the first couple innings, and it just fell apart.
Diaz behind in the count, 0-1. Swings at this one, taps it down the first base line. Meager is lucky this one is ruled foul. It got past him into the visitors' bullpen. Quickly 0-2 to finish off the uniforms. The Haymakers in their all maroon with the white lettering across the upper back. And the numbers also white with the, as we said, the yellow Haymakers across the front. The big lefty, Jose Diaz, behind in the count, 0-2. Yardley delivers. Outside and high, ball one. Diaz coming in today, batting .211, has a couple of doubles, 2 RBIs to go along with it. Another two-way player for Brett Wellman. Yardley, 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him on the outside corner, swinging. So after allowing the leadoff single for Savon Battle, Dallas Yardley's able to work out of a jam thanks to a 4-6-3 double play. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, no men left on base. We'll go to the home half of the first here on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
We welcome you back here to the Desert. EJ Sanchez joined by Stephen Buxton today to bring you the starting lineup for the Coyotes, coached by Cam Vollmer. Lucas Tirado will lead things off. Jake Scholze, Christian Ariolo to follow him. 4, 5, and 6 will be Nicholas Basilovsky, Cadence Varner, and Mason Rowetter, the catcher. 7, 8, 9, and 10 will be Bruce Sly, Connor Meager, Dane Richards, and Carson Romero. As we're finishing up the warm-up pitches now for Gabriel Lucero. Once again, both of these teams needing a win after a couple of tough losses. 3 straight for the Haymakers, back-to-back losses for the Coyotes.
And Lucero, basically the man to turn to for the Haymakers. His last appearance, a rematch right now. He faced off against the Coyotes, and it was his best start of the year. 7 innings, just 1 run on 4 hits. He struck out 4, didn't walk anyone.
So Tirado steps in from the left side. Awaits his first pitch. He takes a fastball on the outside corner, says Carlos Hernandez. Quickly 0-1. Already set at the belt now is Lucero out of the stretch. Delivers at home, and he gets a wave and a miss from Tirado, and he's quickly ahead 0-2. Took a little off on the breaking pitch. The sinker that Lucero's going with. The 0-2 to Tirado. Well outside. Set-up pitch handled by Rowetter. Defensively, Tolentino, Taylor III, Cowan in the outfield from left to right. Cook and Battle at third and short, respectively. Montemayor and Diaz at second and first, with Lucas Alberoni doing the catching. The 0-2. Cold strike 3 on the outside corner. Went back-to-back sinkers, did Lucero. He has his first strikeout of the day. It'll bring up Jay Schulze.
Great pitch there by Lucero. Sinker just outside of the zone. Even if Tirado tried to swing at it, fouled off, it was breaking away from his bat, so he probably wasn't even going to make contact. It's a tough pitch to get called on a strike, but for Lucero, you got to take advantage of that.
Jay Schulze steps in. He sees a breaking pitch catch the outside corner for a strike. Schulze tied for first in the entire Northern Division. Batting .500, he's 11 for 22 on the summer. An early candidate for the PSCL All-Star team that will be announced next week before the 4th of July. Another slider from Lucero catches the outside corner, and he has been working quickly and ahead. He's gotten ahead 0-2 to his first two batters. Schulze with the pink tape across his bat with the black barrel and the tan handle. Sends this one to short. Savon Battle up with it on the backhand. Throw across is a little high, and it will pull Jose Diaz off the bag. It'll go down as an infield single. Jay Schulze continues to hit, and I think he would have been there regardless if Battle was able to put that on the bag, Steven.
I mean, that's a really close play. Slow grounder. It's a shortstop. Battle able to come up and make a strong throw, but again, just pulled him off the bag. You got to get that throw down to even give him a chance to get it.
Christian Arriola in his first time, he swings and grounds it to third. Levi Cook on to second. He throws it into right field. Quickly up is Jake Schulze. He'll take third. So that will be an error on Levi Cook. It allows Schulze to advance to third. Runners on the corner for the cleanup hitter, Nicholas Bozgolovsky.
I mean, that's a tough play right there. Going down to second from Cook, you're thinking, oh, I've got two almost guaranteed right here. It looked like Schulze didn't have the best jump to second base right there, but you throw it away, and now both runners are safe.
Here's the 6'1", 210-pound junior out of Macomb Community College. Bozgolovsky batting .440 on the summer. Again, could be another representative for the Coyotes. Bozgolovsky sees this pitch at 79. Catch the inside corner, says Carlos Hernandez. It's 0-1. Bozgolovsky awaits the 0-1 from Lucero. He delivers. This one's tapped back to the screen, and it's quickly 0-2. The Coyotes in their gray uniforms with the white lettering across the back, the white signs underneath both arm sleeves. Bozgolovsky with the black arm sleeve across his right arm with the white tape across his right wrist. Both batting gloves white with the hair peeking out of the back. He's looking 0-2. Lucero delivers. There goes Arriola. This one's tapped to short. Battle is going to have to cut his losses and deliver it across. And he records the out, but a run does come in to score. And how big is that error and how big is that running start from Arriola?
Yeah, and right there it's Bozgolovsky able to put a decent swing on a ball, just another chopper up the middle, and this is what Lucero's been working with lately. He's last started out, he allowed a couple base runners here and there, but he was able to work around some errors, able to work around some hits, and he's been controlling the tempo well.
Lucero's first pitch to Cadence Varner is called strike at 79. So he's not a lot of late movement, not lighting up any radar guns as Lucero, but he's still able to get some uncomfortable swings. Arriola leads off of second. He reached on an error. 1-0 Coyotes. This one finds its way into the stands behind home plate. And more of the same. He gets ahead. Lucero trying to go with some pace. He's ahead 0-1. Varner, the designated hitter, Rowetter, waits on deck. The pitch just off of the outside corner. Well received behind the plate by Alberoni. Fastest pitch of the day for Lucero at 81. One nothing Coyotes. After the RBI ground out from Nicholas Bozgolovsky. 1-1. This one also misses outside, and Lucero, a little extra time looking at Carlos Hernandez, just asking where that pitch is missing. He clarifies that it's outside. Straight up defense across from left to right now in the outfield. Hugging the bag just a tad bit is Caleb Montemayor at second. From the third base side of the rubber, Lucero set at the belt. Checks once to second and delivers home. This one is sent down the right field line towards the visitors' bullpen. It'll reach the tents near the batting cages on the visitors' side at Palm Springs Stadium. Count remains at 2-2.
I'm a little surprised that Varner even swung at that. I mean, that's essentially the same pitch as the last two outside, but he got it a little lower. Varner able to somehow get a bat on it, even though it was about 2-3 balls off the plate. And, I mean, I don't know really what he saw there. It's same fastball just outside, and, I mean, you're almost gifting Lucero a strike right there.
Varner batting .250 on the summer. This navy blue batting gloves, looking to make something happen on the 2-2 pitch. He's able to protect himself in on the hands, fouls it back to the screen. And we'll do it again. Lucero has run up to as high as 81 today. He's trying to debut a slider that has gotten a couple of uncomfortable swings. Already 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error in the inning. 2-2. Runs just inside. And the count will run full.
And AJ, I'd consider throwing that slider right here. You've gone inside 2 pitches in a row right here after stretching the zone out. Maybe get a slider to run out off the plate.
3-2 from Lucero. Cut on and fouled off the plate. And Varner does a good job of protecting that pitch. And I misspoke. It's a curveball that Lucero has been throwing today for his out pitch. That's what he got Tirado on earlier in the inning. Tirado struck out. Scholze singled and scored. Ariolo leads off of second after he reached on the air. And we said the RBI ground out from Bozakowski. Payoff pitch. Just inside. Maybe a little high as well. And a generous call for Cadence Varner as he trots down to first with a 2-out walk. Mason Rowetter, the catcher, will be next up for the Coyotes.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Lucero right there. He just made the pitch and should be out of the inning, but a call on a pitch that was basically right at the top of the zone, can't get it there, and right now it's 2 on and an early jam for Lucero.
2 on, 2 out. The back pick attempt at second. Not in time. Lucas Alberoni sends a C down to second base. And Caleb Montemayor put a blind tag on a diving Lucas Tirado back at second. But William Macareno says he got his hand in time. But that was a beautiful exchange from Lucas Alberoni. 0-1 back to Rowetter. The delivery, check swing, sent down the first base dugout as it rolls across there, and it's 0-2. It's 1-1 now. Carlos Hernandez gives us the correction. It was an outside pitch on the throwback down. 1-1. Called strike on the inside corner. Another sinker from Lucero. And Alberoni thought what we thought up here, that first pitch was a strike. As he tossed it back halfway, Lucero does a good job of picking it up himself. He'll rub it off, and we have a 1-2 count with 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the first. The Coyotes lead the Haymakers 1-0. Lucero the 1-2. Swung on and fouled back behind us and the press box, and it's 1-2 again. From the middle of the rubber, Lucero has stayed in the stretch the entire inning. He's set up outside. The breaking pitch misses outside. Not by a ton. Might have been caught just a few inches into the river and into the left-handed batter's box. 2-2. Rowetter with the blue towel hanging out of his right pants pocket. Black and white batting gloves. He awaits the 2-2. Fouls this one off back into the stand. So he's covered a couple of nice sinkers from Lucero that have run on the inside corner of the plate. And he lives to fight again. The blue shin guard down his left ankle. His all-tan bat. No bat tape, interestingly enough, with his black helmet. 2-2. Runs behind him, ducks out of the way. Alberoni does a good job of just getting a glove on it. He's able to get it back to Lucero as the count will run full.
Yeah, Alberoni, a great job preventing what, depending on the hop, could have been a run right there, but, I mean, he's even luckier that Rowetter didn't get hit by it.
3-2, runners take off. throwing his bat down after a called ball 4. Lucero taking a little extra time back to the mound, but back-to-back 2-out walks. Rowetter reaches. Bruce Sly will step in, the center fielder.
And now we really get to see how Lucero works in a jam, because early on, bases loaded, 2 outs. He thought he had himself out of the inning against Varner with that high strike that was called a ball. And now we've got a meeting on the mound, but Lucero's done a good job of pounding the zone. He's been working it low, so maybe if he could trust Alberoni enough, throw a few curveballs in the dirt, just getting out of the zone right at the end of the pitch, and he could maybe get some swing and miss here.
Courtesy runner Jay Scholze, after he already scored in the inning, he'll go in to run at first base for Mason Rowetter, the catcher. Bruce Sly batting .261 on the summer. Was 1 for 2 in his last outing against the Bombers yesterday. He sees his first pitch, and it'll run off of his helmet as he goes down to the ground, and he starts to dust himself off, undo his batting gloves, toss him to the on-deck circle, and the second run of the inning coming in for the Coyotes. RBI hit by a pitch for the center fielder. We'll give him a couple of seconds to make sure he's all right. It looks like he's okay. 2-0 Coyotes.
And right here, I know it's the first inning, but I'd consider getting a guy just starting to move around down in the bullpen, because right now Lucero, even though he's coming off his best start of the year, has not been sharp.
Connor Meagher steps in. He takes a breaking pitch on the outside corner. It's called a ball. Connor Meagher out of Concordia University, Texas.
I know a guy from there.
Lots of great products coming out of there these days, Steven. The 1-0 to Meagher. Goes through the 5-hole of Lucas Alberoni. This one gets back to the screen, and a third run will come in. Cadence Varner trots in from third. Mason Rowetter moves from first to second. Bruce Sly, moves from first to second. Mason Rowetter moves to third. And 3 runs have come across on only 1 hit for the Coyotes. Connor Meagher still with a chance to do some damage. Black barrel, all tan handle. He swings on and fouls this back into the screen. It's 2-1. Connor Meagher, a part of a college program in the middle of Central Texas in their last season, the American Southwest Conference. Meagher awaits the 2-1, takes it high, but it's called a strike. Fastball that comes in at 78. Don't test me on Concordia University, Texas knowledge, Steven.
I hear they've got some okay catchers.
2-2, 2 outs. Take in. Cold strike 3 late. So Gabriel Lucero is able to get out of the jam in the first, but not before 3 runs come across on only 1 hit, 1 error, 2 men left on base. Coyotes lead at 3-0 over the Haymakers when we return on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Like a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Back for the top of the second here in Palm Springs. EJ Sanchez and Stephen Buxton alongside you. Thank you so much for joining us. To the few that have already written in on our YouTube chat, we thank you for letting us know where you're listening from. We know a lot of parents, family members, coaches, scouts finding their way to the PSCL YouTube page that we're happy to bring you this season. Dom Tolentino will lead things off, second in the South Division in batting average as he takes low for a ball. Sporting a .476 batting average so far on the summer. And the PSCL All-Star ballot starting to become a topic of conversation. This one's tapped right in front of the mound. Yardley fields it, able to deliver it on to Meager at first to get Tolentino by a couple of steps. After throwing 7 pitches in the first inning, Yardley making quick work of the cleanup hitter.
Yeah, good job by Yardley. Again, a pitch low out of the zone, and it fools him enough for Tolentino to not be able to do anything on it. He gets a swing, gets the bat on it, but it's off the end of the bat, and Yardley's been living on weak contact this year.
James Taylor steps in. First pitch to him is in the dirt, well blocked by Mason Rowetter. The 5'10", 180-pound sophomore out of Southwestern College. Taylor been very reliable in center field for Brett Wellman. Still looking to get it going with the bat, although did have a 2-for-3 day a few days ago. He cuts on this, comes up empty. So the count sitting at 1-1. Taylor trying to build on a couple of good at-bats that he's taken over the last few days. The 1-1 catches the outside corner at 72, and the fastball for Yardley able to land. 1-2, 1 out. Coyotes scored 3 in the bottom of the first. Here we are in the top of the second. It's 3-0. The next pitch in the dirt, again blocked by Rowetter. Curveball found its way into the dirt, so the count's even to James Taylor III. The pitch, high, and the count will run full. Waiting on deck is Joseph Rocha, a teammate of Levi Cook. Yardley set, delivers. 3-2, cold, strike 3 on the inside corner. The second strikeout for Dallas Yardley. And James Taylor not too happy as he has to trot away, but 2 quick outs for Yardley. And the pitch count looking real nice. And for Cam Vollmer, you have to love to see that on a day where you need to get some length out of your starter.
Yeah, and I already like the approach by Rowetter behind the plate. He's realizing that both of these teams are getting wide calls on the outer half of each strike zone. So he's been setting up on that outer half each time, just trying to stretch it a little bit more each time.
This pitch finds the inside corner. And like you said, as a catcher, you stay at that spot until the umpire no longer gives it to you. The 0-1 is outside. Rocha batting .261. Like we said, a teammate at Allen Hancock College with Levi Cook, who grounded into a double play in the first. 1-1 from Yardley. Called a ball inside. A breaking pitch that didn't really get out of the hand as well as he would have wanted to. Montemayor, should he reach, would be on deck. Straight up defense for the Coyotes. 2-1 in the dirt, blocked by Rowetter.
Yeah, and for Yardley on the mound, the last 2 pitches just haven't gone out of the hand well. He's lucky that that breaking ball didn't just slip out and hit Rocha.
Hitters count 3-1. Tagged just over the outstretched glove of Jay Schulze. It falls in for a base hit. The second hit of the day for the Haymakers. Joseph Rocha getting on the board, sending up Caleb Montemayor.
And Rocha, right there, he needed that. It's his first hit in 3 games, but overall on the season, he's been good so far, just in a little bit of a slump.
He leads off of first at bat for the second baseman. Montemayor awaits, takes outside on the slider for a ball. Montemayor uncommitted, the 5'10", 180-pound middle infielder. Shouldn't be uncommitted for long, batting .444. He sees the 1-0. On a couple of hops to the shortstop, Scholze, who will just flip it on to Romero at second for the forced out, and that will retire the side. No runs come across on one hit, no errors, one man left on. We head to the bottom of the second with the Coyotes leading the Haymakers 3-0 on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to Palm Springs for the bottom of the second in this game between the Haymakers and the Coyotes. Connor Meagher struck out to end the last inning, so it'll be Dane Richards, Carson Romero, and Lucas Tirado in the bottom of the second. Dane Richards steps in after 36 pitches in the first inning for Gabriel Lucero. This pitch falls outside for a ball. Coyotes taking advantage of a couple of miscues and a couple of walks from the Haymakers in the first, and that's how they have found their lead. The 1-0 is lined into right field on a couple of hops. Up with it is Augie Cowan. But Dane Richards gets things going in the second with a leadoff single and brings Carson Romero to the plate.
Yeah, and what better way to start the inning than for Dane Richards immediately? 2 pitches, get on first, and you've got the bottom of the lineup, but pretty quick to turn it over to Tirado right after you get a long inning, and then Yardley ends up with.
This is swung on and drilled into left field by Romero. It's going to get down the line behind Tolentino. Tolentino up with the extra bases for Carson Romero. He trots into second. And back-to-back base runners for the Coyotes. That ball was struck off the bat at 84, and Tolentino was playing shallow in left field. Things are cooking for the Coyotes in the second.
Yeah, again, for the Coyotes, everything's going to plan right now. You've got the bottom 2 in the lineup right after you come off a long first inning for the Coyotes, then put down the Haymakers on just 5 batters, or 4 batters, get the offense right back out, and you turn it over to the top of the lineup. Again, you can't go better than this.
Back to the top of the order. Lucas Tirado steps in, swings through this. 0-1. He struck out looking in the first. Tirado with the white number 6 and the red helmet with the white stripes along the top. He sees this pitch go for a ball low. He's ahead in a hitter's count. Tirado swinging a brown bat with the red barrel. And he's coming in, batting 143, looking to get things going. With runners in scoring position, he takes a fastball on the outside corner at 77. He's behind 1-2. Stephen, we talked about it in our first game. Productive outs go a long way in finding victories in this game.
Yeah, and Tirado, even if he could get a sac fly, you're putting the team ahead even more.
This one's tapped to short. It'll get a run home. Up with it is Battle. He completes the play at first, but on cue, productive out for Lucas Tirado. The fourth run trots across for the Coyotes. Jay Schulze, after singling and scoring in the first, will have a chance with another runner in scoring position.
And that's really been the key to the Coyotes' success when they've had it so far this year. Again, they're riding a rough losing streak right now, but being able to just take what's given to you, be able to take advantage of when you start the inning with 1 or 2 runners on.
First pitch swinging, and it's chopped just over the head of the third baseman, Levi Cook, as it leaks into left field. 2 for 2, an RBI, already a run scored. Stay hot, Jay Schulze.
And again, when the Coyotes have been losing, they haven't been doing this. They haven't been getting these choppers over the heads of fielders. They haven't been taking fielders' choices and driving runners in. They've been starting off innings, and you get a strikeout here, a pop out there, and it's stuff you can't do anything with it.
Arriola steps in for his second at-bat after reaching on an error and scoring in the first. Probably the biggest beneficiary of our uncommitted game that we held a couple of days ago. Had 2 hits in front of a lot of scouts that were here to scope out some new players. He's behind 0-1 after batting .280. Early taking off now is Schulze. He gets caught after the step off by Lucero. Lucero goes to tag, but William Macareno gets called for the balk. And I don't think he stepped off properly, so advancing to second will be Schulze, as they're able to catch Lucero getting a little jumpy off the rubber.
That is a miracle for the Coyotes right there. You had Schulze so far hung out to dry that it's not even funny. He was just standing there accepting that he was out. But coming off the mound again, Lucero with the worst mistake you could make. You just give him a free base on that balk. It's just mental errors for the Haymakers right now that have had them in this losing streak right now.
Hernandez and Macareno have talked about it, and they both agree that the proper pitch was called. And now we'll get an explanation to Brett Wellman as Carlos Hernandez will try his way over there. 5-0 Coyotes here in the bottom of the second. The Coyotes, 5 runs on 4 hits, no errors. The Haymakers, no runs on 2 hits. They have committed 1. It did lead to a run. So only 4 of these runs earned. They've got it back to the middle of their lineup in the second inning. Arriola out of Olone College, the 6', 170-pound sophomore. He awaits his second pitch. Taking off is Schulze down to third. The throw, not in time. Oh, boy, what hasn't he done so far today? Jay Schulze has played a good shortstop and now has a stolen base to add to his 2 for 2 night.
And again, for the Coyotes, you're just trying to manufacture runs here. You're trying to put pressure on the defense, and the Haymakers so far allowing everything to happen.
This pitch runs inside on Arriola. It's called a ball. Brett Wellman will bring his infield in the second inning. Doesn't want this to get too out of hand before he can send his team back to the bat racks. Park Roeder warming in the bullpen. 2-1. This one also finds its way outside into the left-handed batter's box. 3-1 to the 3-hole hitter. Bozolkowski waits on deck. Need to get it out here for Lucero. He's behind 3-1. Delivers out of the stretch. Swung on and missed on the inside corner. It's the swing you want to see your 3-hole take in that situation. And the count will run full. 3-2, 1 out. 5-0 Coyote lead. Lucero delivers. Just outside. Drawing the walk is Arriola. Runners on the corner with 1 out. Bozolkowski will step in. Second time reaching for Arriola. Bozolkowski had an RBI ground ball to the shortstop in the first. Put the first run on the board for the Coyotes. Cam Vollmer, an assistant coach at Whittier College in the SCIAC Conference. One of the best conferences in the country when you're talking about Division III baseball. First pitch running is Arriola, sent down the line and foul into the home bullpen. Arriola will trot back to first, but they're keeping the foot on the gas. 5-0 doesn't matter. You've seen some early goes as far as stealing bases for the Coyotes, Steven.
And I like it. You can't become complacent. Again, you've got the big lead so far, but in the PSCL, we've seen everything. I mean, I've seen a 15-run inning, a 9-run inning.
Back-to-back going there. They'll check down to third. They got him hung up at third. Scholze caught between third and home. He gets tagged out. Oh, my. What a play from Lucas Alberoni. He understood at first that Arriola probably was going to get the stolen base, so he backpicks Scholze at third and gets the lead runner.
And for Scholze, that ruins what was one of the better trips around the bases you could have. You're gifted second on the balk, you steal third, and then if they throw down to second there and you're patient enough, you could have stolen home.
0-1 to Basilkovsky. Chopper to short. Battle. Up with it. Has to get rid of it. Down to first. Got him by a step. Lucas Alberoni helping out his pitcher. They allow no more runs to come across. 2 runs do come across. It's 5-0 Coyotes over the Haymakers. We've played 2 here in Palm Springs. We'll be back for the top of the third on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
Two locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Top of the third here in Palm Springs. Leading things off will be Aaron Garcia. He'll be followed by Augie Cowan and Lucas Alberoni as the Haymakers looking to get something going. They've been held in check so far by Dallas Yardley. He begins his third inning out of the stretch, delivers home, inside for a ball. Garcia sporting the white arm sleeve with both of his batting gloves white and all black bat. Slight bat wag behind his helmet. Back-to-back pitches inside. This one's in the dirt, handled by Rowetter. And I think it might have got a piece of the arm of Carlos Hernandez, and he'll allow himself to walk this off.
Yeah, EJ, these umpires have been going through it the last couple of days. I've seen a lot of them take foul balls off the face, take them off the arms. I mean, even in the field, too, they're out there, too. They're calling balls and strikes, but it's not an easy job.
Absolutely not. And, William Macareno and Carlos Hernandez are two of the umpires that they're staying in Palm Springs. They understand this is their job for the summer. They come up every day and umpire at least a couple of games, whether it be PSCL or power games. This one's tapped on the ground by Garcia, handled by Scholze, up with it across to Meager for the first down. 6-3 on the putout for those scoring at home. A quick first down. Augie Cowan will get his first licks. Number 42, the right fielder, sporting the red tape across his batting gloves on the wrist with all white and the blue Evo Shield arm sleeve on his left arm. 25 pitches thus far for Dallas Yardley, thanks to our analyst, statistician, analytics intern, Ethan Gomolka. He's first pitch swinging in on the hand, sends it back behind home plate into the seats. 0-1. Interesting enough, Yardley has just stayed in the stretch. That's where he's gotten most of his success today. An off-speed pitch falls into the batter's box on the left-handed side for a ball.
Yeah, some guys will do that because it's staying in the stretch. You don't have to move between the windup and the stretch. It keeps the mechanics more consistent.
This one also is low. Yardley misses on back-to-back pitches. It's 2-1.
And then since you don't have the extra action going out of the windup, so you can really just affect the pauses more often.
Cowan swung on and drilled into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Sly up with it, and the third hit of the game for the Haymakers. Augie Cowan gets things going with a one-out single. Bring to the plate Lucas Alberoni. Don't want to say a two-way, but also catches and pitches in some games. That's what he'll do. He'll take a break and go in as the EH and then switch back over and finish things out on the mound. Just coming off of that gorgeous back pick last inning out of Hope International University. Squares around a bunt, and he gets a piece of it at the end of his bat. It goes back to the screen. It's 0-1. Alberoni still looking for his first hit. He's still getting on base at a 222 clip, but, I mean, Steven, you and I have talked about it enough over the summer. Catcher's job, first and foremost, is to be solid defensively, and I think he's proven that at least so far through 2 innings today.
Yeah, he's done well, and again, the fact that he's just getting on base, whether or not you're putting bat to ball is a different question. He's still able to work deep counts. He's got a couple RBIs, and overall, you can't ask for a ton more, especially when you're rotating catchers on this team too. So as long as you're just working well with the pitchers, you're calling a good game, and you're playing well defensively, I mean, it's all you can ask for.
Yardley delivers home. It's low. 1-1. Cowan leads off of first. Yardley in his third inning of work has given up no runs on 2 hits. He hasn't walked anybody. He's forced the action. They're going to check on Cowan again, and respectfully, Steven, I don't think that Augie's going to be going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, and I do like, though, the idea for Alberoni, you've got a struggling hitter coming up, and squaring around to bunt, you just watched the Coyotes play small ball and put 5 up on you.
They'll check on Augie Cowan again. He's back with plenty of time.
So if you could trade an out and then move the lineup up to the top and with Savon Battle, one of your best hitters, I mean, I like the trade-off with a runner in scoring position.
Yardley set, delivers. 1-1, foul straight back to the screen. And behind now is Alberoni. The 3 hits have come from Savon Battle and Joseph Rocha, and as we just saw, Augie Cowan. And Augie also will be a two-way player for the Haymakers. He's had a couple of appearances on the mound for Brett Wellman. 1-2. Swung on to short, could be 2. Up with it is Scholz. He delivers to second for 1. On to first. The second double play turn today by the Coyotes. Turns into an unconventional 1-2-3 inning as we head to the home half of the third in Palm Springs. All Coyotes, 5-0 over the Haymakers when we return on the PSCL Broadcast Network. Back here to Palm Springs, 5-0 lead for the Coyotes as they take their turn in the bottom of the third. Gabriel Lucero still out there for the Haymakers. He's run into some tough luck. He's given up not a couple of hits, but a miscue behind him and a couple of free passes have led us to this spot. Cadence Varner, Mason Rowetter, Bruce Sly will be the first three due up should they reach. Connor Meager will have another opportunity after that. Park Roeder has been getting hot in the Haymakers bullpen, so we'll see how long of a leash Gabriel Lucero has. Just another gorgeous day in Palm Springs. Not a cloud, actually maybe a cloud a few miles behind us into the sky, but another beautiful day outlooking the mountains and the palm trees behind center field.
Yeah, and we've got a pitcher warming up in the Coyotes bullpen too, so overall Yardley's done nothing but great work so far, but whether it's a pitch count thing or just in case, they're getting ready too. But for the Haymakers, they got to get a 1-2-3 inning here. They need a clean inning. They need to put up another 0 and get their offense back out because the Coyotes, coming off a tough loss to the Bombers right now, it's been basically a picture-perfect start for them.
Lucero's first pitch of the third inning runs high and inside, taken by Cadence Varner. He walked in the first and then later came around to score. Varner out of Notre Dame College. The pitch home. Swung on, line to left field, but right there after a couple of steps to his left is Tolentino. He puts it away. That ball was smoked 93 miles an hour off the bat, so it's a loud out, but Gabriel Lucero will take it. One away here in the third.
Yeah, for Varner, you're just looking at that and thinking, what else can you do with it? You just got to take that swing and keep repeating it because eventually you're not going to find a fielder. You can't be results-oriented in that at-bat.
Include top and bottom. First pitch to Mason Rowetter, swung on and missed. Rowetter walked also in the first, was later stranded at third. Lucero starting to pitch with a little more rhythm and confidence here, and he gets another swing and a miss. Fastball at 77, one of his hardest pitches of the day. And he's ahead of the catcher Rowetter. Already back set into the stretch, knee up, delivers home. Tapped and might have gotten a piece of Lucas Alberoni as he has to walk this off for a second. Carlos Hernandez will allow him some time to gather his bearings. Tolentino, Taylor III, Cowan in the outfield from left to right for the Haymakers. Levi Cook and Savon Battle manning the left side. Caleb Montemayor and Jose Diaz, the second baseman and the first baseman, respectively, on the right. And Lucas Alberoni behind the plate. 0-2 from Lucero. Tap down the third base line, but foul. As it rattles near the home mounds here at Palm Springs Stadium.
I like what I've seen out of Lucero so far this inning. The first two, it was kind of just dragging through it, kind of going at the hitter's pace, slowing it down. But right here, he's taking the inning into his own hands.
Another 0-2. Called a ball on the outside corner. Takes a little more off, a curveball that didn't have as much movement, and it's 1-2. A little deep second base being played by Montemayor. 1-2. Delivers home, little low, well received by Alberoni, but not buying the sell job as Carlos Hernandez, and it's 2-2.
And really what I mean by taking it into his own hands, he's getting set and immediately firing the pitch once the batter's looking at him, instead of giving the batter time to even thinking about that bat.
This one runs inside and actually catch a piece of Mason Rowetter, so he's on base for the second time today. He actually hasn't recorded an official at-bat after his walk. It'll bring up Bruce Sly, the center fielder, who's the latest victim of a hit by a pitch. At least he has an RBI to his name after that. And Rowetter will get the courtesy runner, and it'll be Jay Scholze again, who will trot out with his white oven mitt, as it's affectionately called, that he'll throw over his right hand and do the courtesy running for the catcher. Sly in his second at-bat. Awaits from Lucero, remaining in the stretch. They'll check on Scholze at first, back with plenty of time. Bruce Sly out of Hibbing Community College, 6'1", 210-pound frame. Had some conversations with him, a guy that just enjoys being out here. And that's what you're going to get here in the PSCL. Games nearly every day, one off day, a practice in between. You get in, you get out from the early parts of June into the mid-July. Sly 1 for 2 in his last game against the Bombers. Waves at this one, comes up empty. Lucero having to be at 50-plus pitches, probably approaching the end of his day. Park Roeder still continues to throw in the visitors' bullpen. They'll check on Scholze again as it goes up the line into right field. Taking at least one is Scholze. He's getting the wave around from Volman. The throw to third gets by him. And 2 errors will lead to a Coyote run. My goodness, 2 errors on 1 play. And Jay Scholze has scored for the second time today. 6-0 Coyotes in the bottom of the third. Just a tough break for Lucero. Another unearned run. He's now given up 6. Only 4 of them have been earned. Still 0-1. And he takes on the outside corner, and this is called a ball. Just an interesting look there, Steven. You are down 5-0 at that point, and you're concerned about a base runner that may or may not be going. This one is lined up the middle for a base hit as it gets into center field. Playing it on a safety approach is James Taylor, who gets it in, and Bruce Sly is on for the second time. His first hit, the 6th hit of the day for the Coyotes.
Yeah, EJ, I'm not a huge fan of just the constant throwing down to first because if he goes, he goes. You just got to be quick to the plate and give your catcher a chance to try and throw him out. But at that point, you're slowing the game down for the runner and for the hitter so much to the point where they can get as relaxed as possible. They can get into a groove. And, I mean, it gets to a point where you haven't thrown a pitch in 2 minutes and you've thrown back down to first more, and you're just giving yourself a chance for throwaways like that.
Concordia Tornado, Connor Meager takes outside after fouling off 1 pitch down the line, so he's behind 0-2. He struck out looking to end the first inning. That's all the Coyotes put up 3 runs. Sly leads off of first. The 0-2 delivery. Cold strike 3 again. And Connor Meager is down on strikes for the second time today. It'll send up Dane Richards with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third.
And EJ, it's not a thing that the pitchers aren't confident in their pickoff move down to first. You are, because he threw it that many times. It's just with how quickly he was going, with how sudden it was, you're just speeding it up to the point where there could either be a breakdown in mechanics or right there he just didn't have the release point and threw it right over the first baseman's head.
Dane Richards sees his first strike called on the inside corner. Now skies this one out to right field. Augie Cowan settles under it, puts it away, and that will do it for the Coyotes in their half of the third. 1 run comes across. It's a 6-0 Coyotes lead. We've played 3 here in the desert. And all Coyotes as we return on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Bring you back here to Palm Springs, top of the fourth. E.J. Sanchez, Stephen Buxton alongside you. New pitcher on the mound for the Coyotes, and it is Sebastian Jaimez in relief of Dallas Yardley, who threw 3 shutout innings. And he is in line for what we call a quality start here in Palm Springs, even though he wasn't able to get to the full 5, allowing everybody to start to get some reps as Cam Vollmer decides to make the switch. Jaimez out of Macomb Community College, 6 foot, 200 pounds. Jaime has been in a couple of times this summer. This is his 3rd appearance. All in relief, pitching to a 0 ERA. He has yet to give up an earned run. He's given up 5 hits in 7 innings. As he begins his day, delivers home to the leadoff hitter, Savon Battle, who takes it for a strike.
And Jaimez, he's got that breaking ball right there, but overall, he's done good work so far. He hasn't been able to record a win yet, but he's been in a couple good games, and again, you can't do better than a 0 ERA.
He runs inside, back-to-back pitches. This one is called a ball, and it's 1-1. He almost does that Johnny Cueto style of pitching where he'll change up his timings when he goes up, and this one is fouled back to the screen by Battle. He's in the hole 1-2. But he'll go with a slow leg kick one time. He'll do a exaggerated one. He'll do a rock. Just one of the keys that he has to keeping these hitters off balance. Looking to start off his day with a quick out. 1-2. Line down the left field line, and it's foul. We saw it right there. Before the pitch before Steven, he went slow. This one was exaggerated and kind of a double pump.
And, I mean, so far, through his first 2 appearances, he's had 7 innings. He's only allowed 6 base runners. Hasn't walked a man yet.
Ready to deliver home, and now time is called for and granted by Mr. Hernandez. Battle will step out, readjust his batting gloves, step in into a 2-strike count. One of the 2 Haymakers hits coming off the bat of Battle in the first. Chops this one to short. Scholze up with it, sidearm throw across to Meager and gets Battle by a step. So a quick out, right what the doctor ordered for the new pitcher, Jaimez, and he'll go now and face Levi Cook. Cook grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in the first. One of 2 double plays that the Coyotes have turned today. Very solid defensively. The Coyotes looking to erase back-to-back losses and get back to 500. They sit at 5-6 now. The first pitch is lined up the middle. Getting a glove on it is Romero. Throws on the run, and it's not going to go to any avail as booking it out of the box was Levi Cook, who will reach with an infield single.
That's a great job by Levi Cook here because you get a runner on, 1 out, but you're in the middle of the lineup right now too, and it's crunch time for the Haymakers. I know it's only the 4th inning, but Haymakers, they really need this win. They're in a division with the Jacks, who they've dropped 4 of their last 10 right now. They're sitting at 9-4 right now, and that one's still up for the grabs.
First pitch to Jose Diaz goes outside and high. Rowetter does a good job to corral that. 1-0 to Diaz, who struck out in the first.
In the Southern Division so far with the Jacks at top, it's a little more competitive, a little more. Every team still has a chance to get a playoff spot.
Jaimez delivers low for another ball. So Diaz working the count into his favor. Cook leads off of first.
And that's no disrespect to the Northern Division with the Blue Sox, but they seem to be taking it away right now with a 10-2 record right now.
Dom checking in on our YouTube chat. Jaimez delivers home, and it's 3 straight balls out of the zone for Sebastian Jaimez. And, Steven, I got to ask after this pitch, but having to go to the stretch really throws off what makes him so deceptive and out of the windup switching up his looks. 3-0. Swung on and cut through for a strike. A 3-0 green light for Jose Diaz.
And the thing with going out of the stretch, being able to change up the timing, you don't have that whole windup to throw in pauses and motions.
3-1 is fouled back to the screen. So after being behind 3-0, he's worked it back full. Interesting to see if we'll see some motion from Levi Cook at first.
But you do have the chance to quick pitch a runner like that, or if you've got the balance, you could start your windup, or you can start your motion, and you can pause on one leg. It's just harder to do, though.
Payoff pitch. Taken outside, and Diaz will trot down to first with a one-out walk. So now we've started to see some traffic here for the Haymakers. Probably as good a scoring chance as they've had all afternoon, and it's the right guy at the plate for him, Dom Tolentino. He was put away on a 3-1 ground out in the second. As we said earlier, the second leading hitter in the entire South Division. Right guy at the plate for Brett Willman. Cuts through the first pitch, and he took a big hack, and he comes up empty. It's 0-1. Tino with the untucked pocket in his right batting glove with the all-tan bat with the black stripes separating the handle and the barrel. Second pitch, inside. 1-1. Jaimez not happy with the call, but it is the correct call as from Hernandez. About 6 to 8 inches inside, says our TrackMan technology that we're so fortunate to have here in Palm Springs. 2 on, 1 out. Tolentino takes for strike 2. Breaking pitch that lands in the top of the zone. Probably not exactly where you're starting to see spin if you're looking in the upper quadrant of the strike zone. Jaimez looking for a strikeout. Tolentino looking to get the Haymakers back into it. The 1-2. Swung on and fouled towards the first base side as it'll reach the parking lot behind us.
And if I'm Jaimez, I'm trying to change up the way I'm delivering this pitch. I'm trying to change up the way I'm speeding up the batter, because quick pitching a batter over and over and over again only works so much to right here where you're going into the 5th, 6th pitch that he's just gone quick like this.
The 1-2 is tapped to third, trying to body it up as Basilkovsky steps on the bag, delivers to first. In time! The third double play turned by the Coyotes, and they escape the 4th with no damage. No runs on 1 hit, 1 man left on. We've played 3.5 here in the desert. 6-0 Coyotes when they come back to hit in the bottom of the 4th here on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Hey Power Baseball fans, looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $29.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
New pitcher on the mound for the Haymakers, and it'll come in the form of Park Roeder, a 5'6", 170-pound uncommitted player that has impressed us with his bat and also with his velocity on the mound. As Gabriel Lucero's day is done, he goes 3 innings, giving up 5 hits, 6 runs, although only 4 of them earned. He walked 3, he hit 2, also had 3 strikeouts. But Park Roeder hitting to a .409 batting average right now, but he's not in there to hit today. He's in there to toe the rubber. And in 6 1/3 innings, he's come up with 10 strikeouts. The fastball will reach as high as 90, one of the hardest throwers in the PSCL.
Yeah, and EJ, it's a completely different arsenal that you're looking at, and for the Coyotes, it's gonna have to be a fast change, and no pun intended right there, but with that 86-mile-an-hour warm-up pitch, they're going up almost 10 miles an hour compared to what they were seeing out of Lucero.
He'll face 10-1-2 in their half of the fourth. The Coyotes up 6-0, 6 runs on 5 hits, no errors for the Coyotes, no runs, 3 hits, 3 errors for the Haymakers. And that last warm-up pitch for Roeder coming in at 89. He's ready to go.
And it's not just the speed, but it's a different arm angle. Roeder, his release height is about 6 inches lower than Lucero's was.
So staying a little bit longer on plane can give the impression that the pitches come in maybe even a little faster, and already throwing in the high 80s. Don't need much help doing that. Carson Romero doubled and scored in the second. These Coyotes have a couple of wins this season in which they've really, and actually against the Haymakers the last time, it's more the same, just taking advantage of a couple of free passes issued by Haymakers pitching. Underway in the bottom of the fourth. Park Roeder out of the stretch, delivers, bunt attempt, and it's high and tight, brushes off Carson Romero. That pitch comes in at 89. So not a fun at-bat regardless of who you are when you're going against Park Roeder. He's also struggled with a couple of walks here and there, so averaging over a strikeout, but also averaging a walk an inning. That's why you see the whip near 2-2. Probably 1-5 is where Park would like to get it around 2. Plenty of time left in the summer for him to do that. Started off the summer with the long flowing hair, and now he's gone to the cornrows. Hanging out of his hat. 89-mile-an-hour fastball inside on Romero as he ducks out of the way. It's quickly 2-0. Roeder probably profiles at his next school as a reliever type that can give you some velo and some quick-moving pitches out of the bullpen. This pitch is high to the liking of Carlos Hernandez. It's quickly 3-0.
And going into that next school, though, to be that reliever, everyone's going to be happy to get 90 miles an hour. Everyone's going to be happy to start getting some heat from the right side, but you got to get those walks down. You got to get that whip down, and he's got to start putting together some quality outings.
3-0 is right down the chute, and it'll be a 3-1 count as it was an auto take from Carson Romero. Toronto in the on-deck circle now. He's awaiting his first at-bat against Park Roeder. 3-1 delivery. Caught the outside corner at 88. And it's 3-2. Full count to the leadoff man, Romero. 6-0 Coyotes in the bottom of the fourth. Roeder gotten back into the zone on back-to-back pitches. Payoff. Swung on and missed. Being behind 3-0, coming back to get his first strikeout. Romero goes down swinging. Bring up the top of the order. But what a job getting back into it from Roeder.
Yeah, and it's really what he has to do going forward into his next school because, again, you can't expect to get a spot if you can't have any control of the ball. So you got to be able to find the zone. You got to be able to stabilize. Right now, if he can put together 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive quality outings out here in the PSCL, he's got a really chance of leaving with a couple offers.
Toronto waves at this one and misses. He struck out looking in the first, an RBI ground ball in the second. So officially 0 for 2 with an RBI. The white arm sleeve across his left arm. He throws left-handed and is patrolling the outfield today in right field. Swings through this one as well, back-to-back fastballs. We have yet to see an off-speed pitch from Roeder. And Toronto will take his time, readjust his batting gloves after 2 swings and 2 misses.
I like this by Roeder, though. Toronto makes you wait, takes the time right there, and you just extend it even longer. Again, a lot of pitching is about doing things on your terms, taking the game into your own hands, and taking the speed.
0-2-1 for the gun. It misses everybody just a little high, and Park Roeder trying to laugh this one off as everybody tries to dust themselves off.
Good pitch to change the eye level.
That's all it is, really, man. The box score, that's just a well-located pitch. Should he be able to put him away pretty soon here? Toronto will have something to say about it, though, as Scholze waits on deck. Roeder set after a couple of breaths, delivers home. Swing and a miss, the first breaking ball. Toronto swings through. And he actually might have just gotten a piece of it. Carlos Hernandez signaled with his fist that it was an out. And no official sign yet. Toronto's having a laugh with Hernandez now. And no indication yet. Roeder thought it was a strikeout. He started his strut around the mound, and Toronto stays in, so I think they're calling it a foul ball. We'll do it again at 1-2. Called strike 3 outside corner at 89. Park Roeder has retired his first 2 batters via the strikeout. He gets Toronto looking for the second time today.
And for Park Roeder, you hear the grunt. He's going deep, getting all of it for that one. He thought he should have had the strikeout a pitch ago, and you said he took a K strut early. It wasn't just a strut. He toured the whole infield.
So some defensive changes that we need to tell you about. Savon Battle slides over from short to third. And you're getting the first look at Dominic Mendoza at short. So 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Called strike on the outside corner against Jay Scholze. 2 for 2. Has a stolen base and RBI. He's also scored a run. Roeder, after going 3-0, has routed off strikes on 8 of his last 9 pitches. He's set, delivers. Swing and a miss again. That one at 89. Roeder looking for his first 90. Has hit 89 4 or 5 times at this point. And has come in and settled things down for a Haymakers team that has given up a run in each inning so far. 0-2, 2 outs. Roeder looking to strike out the side. Scholze looking to stay alive. 0-2. Swing and a miss at 89. Park Roeder comes in and slams the door on a Coyotes offense that's put up 6, and they will go to the top of the 5th with a 6-run lead when we return here on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
6-0 game as we have approached the top of the 5th here in Palm Springs. EJ Sanchez, Stephen Buxton, Ethan Gomolka alongside you for this game between the Haymakers and the Coyotes. If you're just joining us, The Coyotes have taken advantage of a couple of miscues, a couple of free passes, and have gotten the big hit when they've needed it. And they lead 6-0 over the Haymakers, who have only mustered 3 runs, thanks in large part to a beautiful start from Dallas Yardley. He went 3 innings, only gave up 2 hits and no runs, obviously. The first pitch from Sebastian Jaimez in there for a called strike on the breaking pitch on the inside corner to James Taylor, the third. Taylor struck out looking in the second. He'll be followed by Joseph Rocha, and then it looks like a pinch hitter for Brett Wellman. 0-1. Taylor takes this one right down the middle at 74. So Jaime is starting to work with a little rhythm. He's ahead 0-2. Out of the windup. Brings it back down to his hip, brings it back up with a little pause at the top of the windup, and he runs inside and he hits James Taylor. Taylor not happy about that. Probably the fastest pitch that Jaimez has thrown today at 84. And all it leads to is a bruise and 90 feet.
Jaimez right there he's been trying to change up his timing, change up the looks he gives to batters and runners the entire game, but it's mostly been just quick pitching him. We'll probably see it a lot here, but that long, exaggerated pause at the top of his windup, and it looks like the mechanics just fell apart. He just had a wrong landing spot, and it looks like the ball just slipped out of his hand.
Rocha takes outside for a called strike. He singled in the second, one of the 3 Haymakers hits. As he tugs away at his black bat, he's pinned right behind his light blue helmet. This one is swung on and drilled into center field. Coming on is Bruce Sly, who makes the easy catch. Retreating back to first is Taylor. There's one away in the 5th. Caleb Montemayor steps in. He grounded out to short on a fielder's choice that ended the second inning. As he's ready to go, Taylor, haven't seen any sign of him taking off yet. I don't expect him to, as they are counting base runners, down 6. Called strike on the breaking pitch from Jaimez. The upper quadrant of the strike zone, 0-1. Jaimez, after shaking a couple of times, has the sign he wants. Comes set, delivers home. Inside. Well received by Mason Rowetter, but to no avail. Counts 1-1 with 1 out. In the top of the 5th, Coyotes leading the Haymakers 6-0. 6 runs on 5 hits for the Coyotes. No runs, 3 hits for the Haymakers. This pitch is a called strike inside corner, and Caleb Montemayor doesn't like it one bit, but it was close enough to where Carlos Hernandez can call that a strike, and it's not out of the realm of a close call. It's 1-2. Jaimez hunting his first strikeout. Tap to short. Could be the 4th double play. It is. Line drive caught at short by Jay Scholze. Throws it back over to Connor Meager. 5 innings, 4 double plays for the Coyotes. They sit down the Haymakers in their half of the 5th. We'll go to the home half here on the PSCL Broadcasting Network.
How do you define adventure? Riding the world's largest rotating tram car? Taking in SoCal's awe-inspiring views? Exploring over 50 miles of pristine wilderness? Enjoying casual or fine dining at 8,500 feet? Discovering our history? Experiencing our scenic trails? Getting that perfect souvenir? Whatever your adventure, you'll find it at the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. Adventure at its peak. Begin your adventure at pstramway.com.
Family setting, you know, we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. high performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you.
Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Bottom of the 5th here in the desert. Christian Arriola, Nicholas Bozolkowski, Cadence Varner scheduled to hit for Cam Vollmer as he sees his team enjoying a 6-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th. EJ Sanchez, Stephen Buxton alongside you. Ethan Gomolka, our statistician, rules analyst, trackman extraordinaire, also joining us here in the booth today.
EJ going back on the mound as Hymas and coming off of a couple rough outings. I mentioned he needs to put some good ones together. He needs to find the zone, needs to find more consistency, and he did that and then some last inning.
First pitch from Roeder is outside after striking out the side in the 4th. Only inning the Coyotes have not scored. Roeder came in and only threw one off-speed pitch. Other than that, it's been a fastball that has sat anywhere from 87 to 89. The pitch from Roeder. High and tight, ball 2. Arriola reached on a error by the third baseman in the 1st, came around to score, and then walked in the 2nd. So officially 0 for 1. Coming off of a 2 for 2 day in our uncommitted showcase a few days ago on Monday. That one also is high, and Roeder following the script of last inning, falling ahead of his first batter 3-0. And he's hoping to repeat the same success. He eventually came back to get Carson Romero swinging.
And again, Roeder just hoping it follows the same tune because last inning strikes out the side. And really, when he's put the ball in the zone, the Coyotes haven't even been close to touching it.
3-0 swung on and missed by Christian Arriola. 3-0 green light. We've seen that a couple of times today. One from Rocha of the Haymakers, and it gets Roeder back in. A quality 3-0 swing, though. That pitch was in the zone. A little bit of a crouch in the stance of Arriola as he awaits the 3-1. And no. Okay. So Carlos Hernandez, my apologies. He signaled with his finger to the side, which normally is called as a strike, but he was really just pointing to first base. So my apologies on the delayed call. Christian Arriola reaches on a leadoff walk. And Nicholas Bozolkowski will reach the plate. 2 ground outs to short, 0 for 2 with an RBI today. Roeder set, delivers after a high leg kick, and it finds the outside corner at 87. He gets ahead of the third baseman today for the Coyotes.
And maybe for Roeder, with a runner on, we might see that breaking ball more. He threw it once to Tirado, and it was fouled off on a pitch he thought was going to be a strikeout. Maybe he pulls it out to get a ground ball.
0-1, high and tight. Slider didn't get out of the hand of Roeder. A 15-mile-an-hour difference between this fastball and his out pitch. Tough to deal with for any hitter. It's 1-1. Bozolkowski with a crouch, resting his black-barreled bat and tan handle on his shoulder. Now starts to tug away with the hair flowing just out of the back of his black helmet. 1-1. There goes Arriola. The throw down to second from Alberoni is in time. He got him. Lucas Alberoni throws out his second runner of the day. He cuts down Arriola. 1 out in the 5th.
Have a day, Lucas Alberoni. I mean, behind the plate, he's done a great job getting in front of balls, but you said it, EJ, nothing more important than the fact that he's been able to erase 2 base runners from the Coyotes.
So it's a 1-2 count. As Roeder now looks to just polish off his leadoff base runner thanks to his catcher. He's set after one deep breath, picks up his leg, fires home. Just a little high, says Carlos Hernandez. It's 2-2. Tolentino, Taylor III, Cowan from left to right in the outfield. Savon Battle, Dominic Mendoza, Caleb Montemayor, Jose Diaz across the infield for the Haymakers, and the aforementioned Lucas Alberoni. 2-2. Tap down the first base line. It'll sneak past the glove of Diaz into right field. Looking for 2 is Nicholas Bozolkowski. The throw to second, not in time. 2-strike double Bozolkowski has his third double of the season. And now cooking in the 5th inning, once again, is Cam Vollmer's bunch.
Yeah, that's just a tough play over there. You've got Diaz playing closer to second, playing a little farther off the bag and pinched in, and 76 off the bat just gets inside the foul line right next to the base, and after that it was rolling so slow that it took Cowan so long to get there, and Bozolkowski able to just leg out a hustle double right there.
Varner walked in the first, came around and scored, line down to the left in the third. The runner scoring position, he cuts at this one in on his hands, and the pop-up is caught by Montemayor. I don't think that Bozolkowski knew how many outs there were, so they'll step on second base, and it turns into a double play, and an inning-ending double play at that for the Haymakers as they finish up the 5th inning. 2 more to go here in the desert. 6-0 Coyotes. We'll go to the 6th here on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Two locations with something for everyone. Stuffed Pizza Bar and Grill.
Top of the 6th here in Palm Springs. Stephen Buxton to my left. EJ Sanchez joining you today as 8, 9, and 10 up now for the Haymakers. Aaron Garcia will lead things off. He grounded out to short in the third, only a second at bat. Speaking to the dominance today of the pitching in the Coyotes staff, Sebastian Jaimez's first pitch to him misses high and away, ball 1. Garcia out of Palo Verde High School, 6 foot, 225 pounds. Taps this one to second. Carson Romero fields it on the run, now sets his feet, delivers to first for the out. They were able to get Garcia by a couple of steps. Augie Cowan will have his second at bat.
And EJ, this has been a bit of a strange game to score. We've already had 6 double plays so far. And the difference between the two teams is the fact that the Coyotes overall, they haven't had any defensive mistake, while the Haymakers, it's been a bit of an adventure all over.
Swinging through the fastball in his first offering is Augie Cowan, who singled in the third. But you're exactly right. These double plays certainly helping the pace of play, and we've moved through this game relatively well. And minus 2 errors on 1 play, relatively clean game throughout. Seen a lot of nice defense being played. This one's fouled back towards the first base side. It hits the screen, rolls back to the first base line. Augie Cowan down 0-2.
And for the Haymakers, again, it's been a dire situation throughout the whole game. They need to put some runs on right now.
0-2, Cowan hits it on one hop to second base, fielded by Romero, who's able to throw him out at first. A little awkward play as he came off the end of the bat, so retreating back 1 step was Romero before he eventually had to come in and field it off 1 hop.
And that's not going to do it right there. And the Coyotes so far, they're just thankful that they've had a couple really bad, really disastrous base running mistakes throughout the game, and it hasn't came to bite them because they haven't even allowed the Haymakers to really get base runners.
Oh, only 3 hits. They've walked a couple. Lucas Alberoni steps in, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the third to conclude that inning. A breaking pitch buckles him here after the arm of Sebastian Jaimez, and it's 1-1. Don't talk to me about batting averages, though. Alberoni's thrown out 2 Coyotes today behind the plate. Takes high for a ball. It's 2-1. One of the more reliable catchers in the PSCL is Alberoni as he tugs his bat into his red batting gloves. Slight pause at the top of the windup for Jaimez. This one's sent down the right field line. It'll hook and go foul. Top of the 6th, 6-0 Coyotes lead. The pitching between Yardley and Jaimez has done very well for Sebastian Vollmer. Or Cam Vollmer, excuse me. This one's sent to right field. Coming on is Tirado, and he'll drop right in front of him. A two-out base runner for the Haymakers as Alberoni trots around the 4th hit of the day. Did I just refer to Cam Vollmer as a Pro Bowl left tackle for the Patriots for about 10 years and calling him Sebastian?
I mean, game recognizes game, EJ.
That's what they're saying. 1 on, 2 outs as we get the courtesy runner in there for Alberoni, who gets a couple of fist bumps and high fives after one of the first hits that he's gotten in the desert, as Aiden Cardozo will do the running for him. He'll send back up the top of the order Savon Battle, who's 1 for 2. He steps in and takes a ball. Singled in the first and grounded out to short in the 4th. 25 inches of movement on that last fastball from Sebastian Jaimez. Delivers home on the 1-0, fouled back by Savon Battle. 3rd time through the order here in the 6th. So not only do you have to deal with the different pauses and motions of Jaimez, you got to worry about a fastball that's moving all over the place. 1-1. Catches the outside corner on the curveball from Jaimez. And he's ahead of Battle. Only 2 strikeouts for the staff of the Coyotes today, but they have relied on some strong defense, particularly up the middle with Scholze and Romero. See if they can get one here. 2 outs, 1-2, the pitch from Jaimez. Swung on, fouled back to the screen, and we'll do it again.
And for Jaimez, he's been able to throw that sinker for strikes, and then after that, he's thrown 2-3 different variations of his breaking balls. He's got that curveball, but he even slowed it down to 64 at a couple times.
Nothing but deceptive today for Sebastian Jaimez. High leg kick, delivers home. Battle stays on it and fouls it back behind the first base side. Reaches the park just right behind us. Battle's covered a couple of pitches. Christian Arriola, Bruce Sly, Lucas Tirado in the outfield from left to right for the Coyotes. Nicholas Bozolkowski, Jake Scholze, Carson Romero, Connor Meager along the infield. Mason Rowetter has been behind the plate today. The delivery home, lined up the middle on one hop. Diving stab by Scholze, who delivers on to second for the force. And that'll put away the Haymakers in the 6th. The defense for the Coyotes continues to shine. We'll go to the home half of the 6th. The Coyotes lead 6-0 on the PSCL Broadcast Network.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST. And declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice. So get started today.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Back out to Palm Springs Stadium, the bottom of the 6th between the Haymakers and the Coyotes. Rowetter, Sly, and Meager, the scheduled hitters for Cam Vollmer. Park Roeder begins his 3rd inning of work. Rowetter walked in the first, was hit by a pitch, and then was courtesy ran for, I should say, by Jay Scholze, who eventually came around to score in the 3rd. Rowetter, one of the 2 backstops that has played a pretty clean game today between these teams. Roeder set to go out of the stretch at the hip. High leg kick delivers home, and he gets an uncomfortable swing from Rowetter, and it's 0-1 quickly. The Coyotes, 6 runs on 6 hits today. They've built and haven't scored yet off of Roeder. And this pitch runs inside, potentially a changeup out of the hand of Roeder. It's at 84. His fastballs typically have been at 87 to 89. 1-1. The delivery home catches the outside corner at 85. So Roeder, after 30-plus pitches across 2 innings, starting to maybe lose a little gas. Hopefully this is his last inning. He has been tremendous in relief of Gabriel Lucero. Giving up no runs in his 2 innings of work. He struck out the side his first time through. Was assisted by a base running gap last inning. Got one of those aforementioned 6 double plays that have been turned today. Pitch home. High and tight, 2-2.
A little weird there because he dropped the arm angle a lot on that breaking ball, and it just slipped out. Could be a fatigue thing, could just be how he's trying to throw that breaking ball, but his release point dropped over a foot.
2-2. Just misses inside. That fastball getting back to where we've seen him at 86. And a true borderline pitch that goes in favor of the Haymakers here. After taking a deep breath and readjusting his gloves, Rowetter steps back in. Payoff pitch from Roeder. Called strike 3, and Rowetter knew it. Fastball gets back up to 88, the 4th strikeout in 2 1/3 innings for Roeder. As he does his strut behind the mound, it'll bring up Bruce Sly. Sly had an RBI hit by a pitch in the first and singled in the 3rd. Officially 1 for 1 with an RBI. His first time facing Roeder. Still, after the way he's gone through 2 innings of 1-2-3 baseball, still going through the lineup for the first time. Swing and a miss here. The slider from Roeder catches Sly out in front. It's 0-1.
And that's really the second slider of the game that Roeder's been able to actually hit his spot and deceive the hitter.
This pitch runs outside. Back-to-back off-speed pitches from Roeder.
Because it's been a lot of that. He's been trying to throw the off-speed, and it's either been high and inside or it's been down and away. His pitch to Rado It was down and in, but it managed to tie up Tirado. He managed to foul it off, but he hasn't been particularly sharp with the off speed.
1-1 line into right center field. A dive from Caleb Montemare deflected it off of his glove, and Bruce Sly is 2 for 2 with an RBI, and he's had a nice day at the plate for the Coyotes. It'll bring up Connor Meager. It's been a tough day for the 8-hole hitter Meager. 2 backwards Ks today. Both of them coming while Lucero was in there still, trying to get off the schneid with his black-barreled bat and the tan handle with the all-green lizard skin batting grip. He takes fastball right down Broadway for strike 1 at 88. Roeder trying to finish off his day. Pitched 2 1/3 innings out of the bullpen for Brett Wellman. He's set. He checks on Sly at first. Delayed hold, delivers home. Meager lines this into center field, coming on is Taylor, and it'll drop in front of Taylor the third for a base hit. Sly had to see it down, so it was a delayed reaction from Hidden getting to second, but Connor Meager gets on the board with his 3rd hit of the season, and he's 1 for 3.
And again, another slider from Roeder that he just didn't put in the right spot, right over the middle. He's honestly lucky that he caught Meager off balance, and kind of an awkward swing right there. Got it off the hands a little bit, but slider right over the middle of the plate, just got a single.
Dane Richards steps in and fouls this first pitch off down the first base side. It'll reach the seats. First hits for the Coyotes since all the way back in the 3rd. Roeder's been that good, but you start to get the sense fatigue is setting in with a lot more off-speed pitches than we've seen in his first 2 innings of work. 0-1 to Richards. In on the hands and maybe a protect me swing. You see him shaking his head. He's not too happy about it. Richards singled in the 2nd and came around and scored. Flew out to right in the 3rd.
And this is the kind of potential that Roeder has. We've seen these kind of swings all day. It's just the overpowering stuff he has for these guys in the PSCL.
0-2. Flown down the right field line, giving chase is Augie Cowan into the bullpen. He'll have to pull up and let this bounce right near the home plates. Get out of play. Spoiling a pitch is Dane Richards, and we'll do it again at 0-2.
And it seems like no matter what adjustment these guys are making, they just can't catch up to the fastball. They can't feel really comfortable in the box right now, whether it's the differences in arm angles from Roeder that he's giving or, again, just the 89 from the right side. It's really uncomfortable for the Coyotes.
0-2 pitch pulled down to the left-handed batter's box. It gets away from Alberoni. Meager and Sly will move up 90 feet. So now 2 ducks out on the pond for Dane Richards. And the count goes to 1-2. Roeder just pulled out of his delivery a little too quick, and that's usually what leads to those pulled pitches. Game 2 of our doubleheader today. Game 1 saw the Rush take down MLB-DC China by a score of 8-2. The Rush keeping pace with the Lumberjacks in the North Division. The 1-2 is sent on down the right field line. This will also hook towards the batting cages down the visitor side of the stadium. Another 1-2 pitch awaits Roeder, or Dane Richards, excuse me. Carlos Hernandez puts the ball back in play. Roeder set at the hip. Delivers home. Slash down the first base side. Getting out of the way is the first base coach. And a good battle coming here for Dane Richards. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming for Richards. He's worked a good at-bat against Roeder, who delivers another 1-2. Swing and a miss. He goes upstairs and gets the swing from Dane Richards. 5 strikeouts for Park Roeder. And he's 1 out away from avoiding damage and pitching 3 clean innings. It'll be up to Carson Romero, the only Coyote to face Roeder twice. He struck out in the 4th. Empty the tank time for Park. He's set, delivers home. Called strike on the outside corner. Roeder moving with a little bit more urgency, already moving back after adjusting his cap a couple of times. It's so important for a pitcher, understanding this is the end of his day should this result stand. 0-1. Swing and a miss again. This one rides inside. He's gotten a take, he's gotten a swing, and he's gotten himself to an 0-2 count and a chance to finish off his day. The Coyotes in the top of the 7th will have Cook, Diaz, and Tolentino. Roeder, set, delivers. Swing and a miss. He got him with another fastball. Park Roeder in 3 innings has 6 strikeouts and has silenced the Coyotes. But the Coyotes need 3 outs to shake hands as we go to the 7th here in Palm Springs on the PSCL Broadcast Network. The Coyotes need 3 more outs to polish off a 6-0 victory and avoid losing 3 straight. Unfortunately for the Haymakers, they are in the midst of a 3-game losing streak, and barring a miracle, look to extend that on a tough day at the office that has featured some outstanding pitching and defense from the Coyotes. Levi Cook will step in. He is 1 for 2. He grounded into a double play in the first, singled in the 4th. First pitch to him is fouled back to the first base side. Quickly ahead 0-1 is Jaimez. Jaimez, in relief of Dallas Yardley, has pitched 3 innings of clean baseball. He's only allowed 2 hits. There's a few strikeouts to go along with it as well. Out of the windup, pause delivery at the top of the motion, delivers home. Maybe just a little outside is the call, and it's 1-1. Same defense along that we've seen for the last few innings for the Coyotes. Jaimez rocks, fires, double pumps on his windup. Breaking pitch catches the outside corner. Scheduled to hit right after is Jose Diaz. We'll see if Brett Wellman calls any pinch hitters to try to get things going in the 7th inning. Quick motion here out of the windup. Swing and a miss. Levi Cook goes down on strikes on back-to-back breaking balls from Sebastian Jaimez, and there's 1 out in the 7th. As a dust devil is starting to form down the right field line. Wind starting to pick up here in Palm Springs. Everybody's attention pointing down the right field line, but plenty of time to look once this ball game's over. The left side of the infield shifts more up the middle. Jaimez delivers. This one's fouled to the third base side as it'll reach the seats. Look out, marketing interns. We're getting the stadium ready for another night of baseball at Palm Springs Stadium, for the Palm Springs Power will take on the Inland Valley Legends tonight in a big CPCL game. Jaimez delivers home inside.
AJ, I haven't seen one of those dust devils at a baseball game since I was in high school. It's been a while, but over at Xavier, we used to have a lot of them.
always catches your eye. You're never quite prepared for. As one starting to form behind home plate. The 1-1 pitch is fouled off of the ankle of Diaz. And not only that, I think a piece of that dust devil got him into the eyes as he's trying to gather his bearings. Jaimez ahead 1-2.
Yeah, it's always difficult. We used to have at least, you play 4 games in a week. We at least get 1 sand delay.
Never experienced the sand delay, but I'm spoiled playing all my games on turf.
Yeah, you just get hot rubber.
In the Texas sun, don't worry, I've done my time. 1-2 from Jaimez to Diaz. Outside, about 6 to 8 inches off the plate. Not a bad spot in a 1-2 count. Fastball still reaching the low to mid 80s for Jaimez. Now the windup already ready with his glove out in front of his chest. Down to the hip. Rocks fires on the double pump delivery. He sends it home. It's skied into shallow center field. Coming on is Sly and calling for it and making the catch is Scholze, who will end up making the play. And there's 2 outs in the 7th.
A bit of a scary play there for Scholze out there because he's running backwards. He's got a long way to go, and the way he caught it and stumbled back a little bit, I thought the ball might have came out for a second.
2 outs in the 7th. Coyotes lead 6-0. Delivery from Jaimez. First pitch swinging is Tolentino. Fouls this to the right side. It lands about 7 to 8 rows up at Palm Springs Stadium on the visitor side. Should be filled out pretty well for what's shaping up to be a nice night at the ballpark. It's inside-out night here at Palm Springs Stadium if you're able to make it out. Some mental health guest speakers that we'll have throughout the game. Jaimez delivers the 0-1. This one's tagged into center field. This should be the ball game. Sly ranges over to his right, and that will do it. The Coyotes shut out the Haymakers 6-0. And a game they controlled all the way throughout. The story of the game, 4 double plays turned on defense, solid pitching from Dallas Yardley and Sebastian Jaimez. And the Coyotes get back to 500. They find themselves at 6-6. Unfortunately for the Haymakers, they've now dropped 4 straight. They sit at 4-8.
And really for the Haymakers, there wasn't a ton of mistakes made between the 2 teams in this whole game, but for the Haymakers, they weren't able to take advantage of the Coyotes' mistakes. The Coyotes had a tough day on the bases. They got gunned down twice, and they had a couple runners get caught in, frankly, some really weird double plays after not tagging up, and the Coyotes not able to, or the Haymakers not able to even get many base runners on, and because thanks in large part due to Yardley and Jaimez's efforts on the mound.
Sebastian Jaimez will get the win. Gabriel Lucero will take the loss as we're going to sign off here in Palm Springs. 6-0 victory for the Coyotes over the Haymakers. We'll be back on the air tomorrow with more PSCL baseball. For Stephen Buxton, Cole Pavelio, Jay Cicinelli, Adam Oppenheim, Griffin Epstein, Ethan Gomolka, everyone else involved with bringing you PSCL baseball, saying good night